Okay, I wasn't sure if I saw the right red thing or not. All right, guys. Hey, we're calling the Budget and Finance Committee to order. It's March 4th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. So I think the first thing that we're talking about is a proposed contract vendor labor selection. I'm just going to hand it over to Angela. That's easiest. And you're on mute, dear.
Sorry about that. Okay, so hold on one second. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I've invited Marty Malloy and Monica Schrammel from M3 Insurance. They are insurance brokers for the school district, and they assist with everything, with our property, liability, workers' comp, cyber, crime insurance. They do a wonderful job. And since arriving in the Manitowoc Public School District, one of the things that we had talked about is just something to look at and review at some point was our requirements for vendors. We have all of our vendors send like the typical W-9s and then certificates of insurance, but we just want to make sure all of our I's are dotted, T's are crossed, and ensure that when we engage with vendors and renew our relationship with vendors, that they're holding the proper insurance limits, and then also ensuring that they're doing the proper checks for vendors, as they bring their employees on site to perform work, that they've had done the proper background checks to make sure that we are keeping our schools as safe as possible. So I'm going to turn it over to Marty and Monica, if you don't mind, if you want to share some things on your end that you've seen with other school districts. And then I just shared with everyone the sample forms that we are hoping to implement just to make sure that vendors follow what we are recommending. I guess overall, we don't have a formal policy for this, but I'm just trying to make the Finance and Budget Committee aware that we are going to implement this process starting April 1st.
So, Angela, if you're ready for me to start, I just want to talk about the reason we're doing this and making it more formalized is under common law, you are responsible as a school district for the work of your vendors. So we just want to make sure that they have all the proper insurance in place. And also, generally, if they are going to have a negligent act, generally the public or the claimant is going to sue both the vendor and the school district. So we want to make sure it's a requirement that that vendor adds the school district as an additional insured to pick up defense for the school district, even if the vendor is negligent. So we want to make sure we've got all of those things in place, and then that the vendor provides you a certificate of insurance showing they have that insurance. The other important thing with vendors is under Wisconsin workers' compensation statutes, there's a pretty difficult test for vendors to pass to be considered independent contractors and not an employee of the school district. So by getting this certificate of insurance, we're ensuring that they have workers' compensation insurance, and if they have an injury, they wouldn't fall under the workers' compensation insurance of the school district. So that's the first document with the insurance requirements. Does anyone have questions on that? Yeah, it's pretty standard. I teach certified school risk management classes for the Wisconsin Association of Business Officials, and this is something we're striving to get every school district to do. The other document that you have, the vendor selection, I can't take credit for that. About 3 years ago, we got that document where we're the broker for Muskegon Norway School District in the southern part of the state, and it's something that they put together. And when they sent it to us, we sat down with Quarles and Brady's. They're the attorney for the school district and us. And we helped put together this document. And all we're saying in this document is we're asking, or we are requiring as a school district, that all vendors do background checks on any employee that they are going to bring to the school district, so that there are no employees that have any convictions that are substantially related to children or school districts. And then we also put in there that if they don't do those background checks and something unfortunate happens, they're actually responsible for that loss. So those are the two documents that we've worked on with Angela to implement for the school district. Questions?
Does anyone have any questions? Yes. Thank you.
It's hard to have a question when this is something I don't know anything about.
That's why I'm here. This has been my entire 35-year career working on these innovations and teaching about them. So
just saying it like it is.
Yeah, all of these are very good things for the school district.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, well, I just wanted to make sure to share and make you guys aware that we're going to move forward with this process so that we are, just making sure we're all set on our end so we can, just in case something would happen, hopefully that would never be the case, but we are prepared should it happen. So,
yeah, that's great. Thanks for making the appearance, even though we don't have questions.
No, that's all right. So the funny thing is, my grandmother's in a nursing home in Green Bay, and I was going to drive up there and see her and then come to this, but something happened. So I'm glad I did it via Zoom if you don't have any questions.
Oh, yeah. Me too. Yeah, no, thanks for what you're doing for our district, though.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day,
Take care.
everybody.
You
Bye.
too.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
All right. No one's
Okay,
ever
so then the
I was saying nobody has ever used to something being that brief on our board.
yeah. That's all right though. So
Yeah, that's okay.
just the only other item, and I think this will be relatively brief as well, is we are required to file with on the WISE grant system and with DPI our ESSER plan by next Friday, March 11th or the 10th. I can't remember, next Thursday or Friday. And that will be shared with the full board at next week's meeting. I'm going to pull that up and then share my screen. And so we had used a template from CISA 5, and so this is a kind of a format that most districts are using. And I'm going to share my screen and move to that document. Can you see the documents?
Oh, I think it's coming on.
Okay, so this is just a packet that we have to put together, or just the information, and it talks about the steps that we took throughout the process of the pandemic to maintain health and safety mitigation measures. I'll just mainly put this table of contents up: continuity of services, our periodic review, and public input. So these were all the requirements. So we use this common template used by many districts statewide. And within the plan, it gives an introduction of how, the state of Wisconsin received the American Rescue Plan's ARP funds. Then also, it just gives, we give short descriptions on here of what we provided for safety, that we consulted with our local health organizations. And so this is, it'd be too much to sit here and read this. We'll have this posted in board book. We're just required as a district to post this on both our website and then with DPI by the end of next week. So as you can see, there are just short little responses that we have to provide within here. So I just wanted to share that we have that sort of, all set to go. I don't know, Mark, if you wanted to share any thoughts regarding that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a template that we've spent some time putting together. Oh, here I'm talking and I'm on mute. I'm sorry, I'm talking and I'm on mute. Sorry.
You'll have to push your microphone. It's a
And Mark,
template. It's a template that we put together in order to provide the the state with an outlook on, did we comply with mitigation strategies? Did we have plans in place when we went virtual? Did we come back? Are we currently face-to-face? So, I mean, it's probably 20 pages of data. It's all stuff that if you read it, you knew exactly what we did because we spent a lot of time over the last 2 years talking about it. But it's just put in one place that basically checks the box that says, yep, that's part of the process to be reimbursed for ESSER dollars. So I think that's what we're sharing with you so that you can be aware of it. There is nothing controversial in there. It's not asking about, if you should or shouldn't wear masks or if you should or should recommend vaccinations. It just says, what did you do over the course of the last 18 months? And so we follow that protocols, and I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
So I just have a quick question about it. Who took the time to have to put that together? I mean, it's a pretty lengthy document. I'm just curious.
Kathy, I was going to tell you that in the administrative group, we have a fee for every time you talk without your microphone muted, but I just did it, so I guess we're equal. So we'll start from here on going forward that when you talk with your microphone muted.
Okay. All right, but who did actually put it together, Mark? Because we didn't hear that part. Who actually put the document together? I'm just curious.
Yes, Mark and I worked on it just to put together the information, just using the format, this is, and just using documents and information that we had shared with staff. We linked it to our COVID page it'll be on the COVID page on the website as well, along with the other COVID information.
All right, I'm going to ask you this one more time because I just got a notice that it said my internet is unstable, so I missed the answer. Just curious who put it together, and I missed Mark saying it twice. And if you lose me, if you lose me, I'll try to log in with my phone or something. I'm worried that this isn't going to work.
Yep. No, we just Mark and I worked together to put the report together. But what we really use in that report is the collaborative work of many in the COVID plans over the course of the year. So really, it's a lot of it is reiterating plans that we've put in place. It's not a new plan. It's just sharing what steps we took as a district. So so yes, that's just kind of the required reporting, I guess, is the way to maybe think of it.
Yeah, no, I was just curious about who actually put the time and effort into putting it together.
Oh, and when CISA 5 provided the template, really, that was a really nice service that they provided. They support all districts with resources like that to help make a requirement like that a lot more easier and manageable.
So CISA 5 made it?
Well, we took what was like a template, and it said that you had to outline the certain steps. If you look on the ESSER page on the DPI website, they'll have sample ESSER or CISA 5 template, and then they have, we just used that and just adjusted it because several things that we did were unique to Manitowoc. So,
okay, sounds good. Any other questions, guys? No. What else do you have to bring to us? Anything else?
That's all I have. So, thank you for your time this morning. We a lot of great progress, and that's all we have.
Great. I did want to ask though, which isn't really part of our meeting right now. So if we don't cover it, that's fine. But I'm wondering where we're at with the sale of the Mckinley building. So I don't know where that is appropriate to talk about that, but at some point, if I could get an update on that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we can I just go ahead or okay. Yeah,
okay.
We completed the sale of the building last Friday. Okay. And so that but we are going to continue to lease the building through the rest of the fiscal year just because our COVID clinic is there at this time.
Oh, okay. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, thanks. Oh, Colin's got a question.
Yeah, I know. I have to put a wrench in the system here.
That's okay.
As far as the COVID thing, do we have an obligation to have that testing site? Does it need to still be in place? If we're having is there any reason that we have to have it in right now?
I'll mute. I
Yeah,
can.
okay.
Come here.
Kyle, I don't know if you can hear me. Yes.
Yeah, I can.
So maybe that's an offline topic because it's definitely not finance. So my short answer would be we're not obligated or required to do it, but that's a service that we've been providing. And if you want to get into more details, I definitely will talk with you offline, but we're probably off of the budget piece right now.
Yeah.
I just don't want to get in trouble of
No,
things to the budget that's not.
Yep, on the agenda.
Budget related.
Got it.
Yeah.
Totally fine. All right.
All right, guys, if there's no other questions pertaining to things that are on our agenda, I would like to have someone consider closing this meeting. Yeah.
I'll second.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Super fast meeting, guys. Thanks so much. It's been a great day.
Have a good one. All right, bye.
Bye, guys. Oop.